Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Libra for the rest of August. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you for this mid-month updates. We'll be taking a look at the rest of August. We'll go ahead and get all the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right. Okay, I think that's looking just about good enough to me for right now. Cool. Energy on the bottom. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, it can refer to your colleagues or your work situation. You know, this person here is showing off the statue that they've built. They're showing off their work. Their colleagues are giving them feedback. Some of you may have a scenario here in your workplace or your place of employment where you're getting feedback, or you may have a workplace scenario here. I'll try to see what other cards are with this, because this is one of these cards where the supporting messages really can tell a lot. But aside from that, if it's, let's say you're self-employed, right? And like you're just a one-person operation or whatever, you just primarily work for yourself. This may be a sense of progress, okay? Or just generally in life, you may be making there may be a sense of progress or achievement that you are making. Generally a really good card here when you get this Three of Pentacles. So definitely like to see that for you. I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. I'm very particular about my cards. All right. So very good to see this on the bottom. Now you do have this interesting combination here of the Devil and the Tower. Okay, the Devil and the Tower. We'll get into what that means as we go along. But you have, for the most part, overwhelmingly positive cards here. Double threes, let me just double check that. Well, double three is supposed to be the Empress, which is number 3. So you do have actually 333 here. This could be a number that you see, a repeating number that you see on the dashboard, on the countertop, on the stove, license plates, whatever it is, right, in your dreams. I would pay attention here. Usually threes connect to, that means Spirit's trying to tell you something. If you see this number between now and the end of August, definitely Spirit's trying to communicate with you. Your spirit team's around you at that time. You're being supported on your path. These sorts of things could happen, but threes usually involve other people, right? And this is definitely part of your storyline here during this period of time. But you have generally an amazing set of cards here. I do see a lot of yellow. Okay, I'm really being drawn to yellow at this time. I connect that to the solar plexus, which is the third chakra. It's right in the abdomen, and it connects to your confidence. Okay, your vitality, your willpower, your physical fitness as well, and your ability to kind of achieve things. So it's your power center, right? So I think that Libra, you have a lot of power at this time here, as I look at the cards. So right away in the middle, you do have the Tower. Okay, so the Tower, it is an upheaval. It's a change. It can be even a shock to the system, so to speak. But the Tower may also release yourself from something, and particularly release yourself from some type of false belief that you may have, right? So if you're living within a false belief, okay, basically, in other words, if you're not on the right path, the Tower will expose that and show you it, right? And maybe even burn the path down so that the universe can kind of help guide you onto the right path, right? So it may be the exposure of a false belief here in your situation, but it can also, I think, less about false beliefs in a reading like this, when generally everything's really positive, and more so, I think there's a surprise coming, okay? And for me, when I look at the Tower, when it's supported by, like, we're going to get into this next column here, good cards, this may be a pleasant surprise. This may be something you didn't see coming, right? In this, the rest of the month here. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this first column. You have the Sun, the Magician, and the Empress. So the Sun is the best card in the tarot. It's all about positivity, vitality, good energy, good vibes. It's also a card, that can speak to truth. Okay, so there is an exposure of a truth here. Okay, this may alter something for you with the Tower and the Sun. Okay, but with the Tower and the Sun, that's a really, really interesting combination. The Sun augments the positive aspects of cards around it and negates the negative aspects of cards around it, usually in a reading. And for me, I'm looking at this Tower, I'm not getting a negative vibe, okay? I'm not getting a negative energy from it. Even though it is the middle card, this middle card is very important. To me, I simply think that there are things that you do not see coming, and they will end up being pleasant surprises, good surprises here with the Sun and the Tower. I think things are really going to work out for you. I should also note that like the astrology of the rest of August is sort of like we've got clear skies ahead, so to speak. The retrogrades behind us. We don't have anything really major happening in August other than, the eclipse, the next series of eclipses are around the corner here in September, but we're looking at August. So this is something just to keep in mind. I think that this stretch of time is going to be really nice between now and the end of August for many people. And I love that the Sun is here. You also have the Magician. This could connect to a manifestation that you've had. Okay, the Magician's a major manifestation. Big cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas and an ace. Wow, so the majority here are major arcanas. You maybe have had a vision for quite a long time. I see you sort of like having a vision in your mind. That vision will be different for everyone because this is a general reading. I'm reading for thousands of people, right? So that vision will be different for everyone here, right? But I see that you have some sort of vision in your mind, okay? And you may be surprised that this is coming forward sooner than you realized, okay, with the Magician and the Tower, as well as the Sun's influence here. Remember, if you are in doubt at all about your skills, your abilities, your talents, or your knowledge, the Magician says, let that go, okay? You have all the skills, knowledge, talents, and abilities that you need. Now it's time to take action, Libra, which the Magician really needs to take action. This is also a card of Mercury as well. But saying that, this card is all about saying, you have what you need, go. Make that manifestation a reality, right? And I think that you may be surprised that you see something come forward sooner than you may have expected. Now you then here have the Empress, okay? The Empress is a major sign of abundance in the tarot. The Empress is surrounded by all this amazing abundance, flowing water, trees, bushes, fruit, all around them, right? So the Empress is all about abundance in the tarot and fertility, okay? And fertility as well can show up with the Empress card, but it may mean that there's fertile ground for you to start something or to plant a seed or to initiate something. You do have the Ace of Swords here as you go forward. Let's take a look at the middle column here. You have the Three of Cups, the Tower, and the Ace of Swords. So the Three of Cups is another card that really speaks to other people. You have to look at the supporting messages. Okay, I don't see any sort of like infidelity. I don't see any sort of like third-party situations. I don't see any sort of backstabbing or cheating. Okay, I see maybe some surprises here, right? The Tower and the Devil actually, the Three of Cups and the Devil actually could be a sign of infidelity, a third-party situation, but all of the other supporting cards would not suggest that, especially with the Sun's influence here. So instead, this Three of Cups, I think, if nothing else, this could be a celebratory moment for you. Okay, this could really be a celebratory moment for you here, showing up during this period of time. So, in addition, you do have the, we've talked about the Tower at length here. And, sorry about that. I do something on my camera there. We talked about the Tower at length here, which is a surprise. So I think that you have some sort of like celebratory moment. And the Ace of Swords, this can be about a new beginning. I think that Tower, Ace of Swords, Three of Cups, I think that some of you here are getting a breakthrough even, okay? Because the Ace of Swords, it can indicate some sort of amazing breakthrough that may show up for you in your life. This is sort of like a divine push, right? A divine breakthrough or some sort of divine foresight. Ace of Swords can bring about clarity of thought, clarity of vision, it's the hand of the universe or the hand of the god here saying you can have success in a new beginning. It's also a card of success. This may surprise you, okay? And you may even have some celebratory moment here with the Three of Cups, the Tower, and the Ace of Swords in what is coming forward for you during the rest of August. You may even have an opportunity to meet up with people that you haven't seen for a long time with the Three of Cups here as well. Okay, let's take a look at the final column here. You have the Nine of Cups, the Devil, and the Page of Pentacles. Nine of Cups, Devil, and Page of Pentacles. All right, this is an incredible reading. Now, I'm going to start here at the top, which is the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. Okay, this person is extremely happy in the now. Okay, they are having a perfect moment in the now. And they're realizing some significant wish or dream or goal or vision that they've had. Okay, it can really bring about beautiful experiences, or say that there are beautiful experiences happening for you in your life, especially as it's in the same row as the Sun, the Three of Cups, the Nine of Cups, right? This is potentially something really aligning well for you. I think you'll have quite a bit of success here in, it's hard to say what area because we actually don't have any wands. We do have a career card here with the Three of Pentacles. We don't really have love cards other than maybe the Empress. So, you know, in a reading like this is just generally like a life type of reading, right? So in whatever area that you're really focused on, you could have quite a bit of success here. You then have the Page of Pentacles. This probably closer to career, but it's hard to say. Page of Pentacles is some sort of offer or communication that may be coming in for you, usually connected to money or even academia, like learning or studying, even like needing to sign off on like formal documents. Could also be like formal documents could also be associated with this Page of Pentacles as well. So like, let's say signing off on a car loan, signing off on a mortgage, signing off on a student loan, signing off on a acceptance letter into something, right? These sorts of things. This could be the messenger that brings you that document, right? You understand? So some of you may also even be getting a new start in a very important area here with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Now the devil in the tower, right? The devil in the tower. The devil is sort of like that thing that you're doing that you know should have been done for a long time ago. You could maybe think of it in a lighthearted way of kicking the can down the road, right? Something you're putting off. You're doing something, you should, you know, it's maybe one of those things that we got to take care of, we got to approach, we got to tackle, but we keep kicking it down the road. It's ultimately taking us further away from our path, and that just is what it is. It can also feel like there's a sense of entrapment in a particular area. I don't necessarily see that here. Like you feel chained to something. But the thing is, with the devil in the tower, 15 and 16, right, coming one after the other, the devil is sort of like, okay, I'm going to keep kicking the can down the road, and the tower comes in next to say, basically, it's time to stop doing that. It's time to stop doing that. We can't kick the can down the road any further. You know, here it is. You have to face this now, and maybe you didn't see that coming. So let's try to get some more details on that scenario here, okay? Before I go any further with that, I'll move into the clarification portion of this reading and start off with the oracle cards. We'll then pull some tarot cards as well. Okay. Cool. Energy on the bottom, you have Gabriel, Divine Emergence. It's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and gifts. Well, you have a lot, right? So if we look at the Magician, this is also a card of power. Even if, as you see here, the infinity symbol above the Magician's head indicating infinite power or infinite ability. I definitely see that you have gifts here. And so if there's any doubt, like if any of you are in doubt at all about your ability to do something, this reading is saying, let go of that, drop that. You have Raziel, the inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface, dig deeper. I definitely think there could be the exposure of some sort of truth that's going on here. You have Jeremiel, personal responsibility. Take responsibility for your choices. This is an opportunity for inner growth. This is probably my favorite card in this Oracle deck because I'm just such a big fan of accountability and taking personal responsibility. Like, I think it's like a very strong thing that we can all do for ourselves and also for the people around us as well. So maybe some of you are looking at that. you know, even if you've messed up here with this devil in the tower, taking accountability for that and, you know, course correcting, like trying to make it right. You have Uriel, learning experience. Take time to review, study, and hone your knowledge before proceeding further. You then have Seraphiel, heart of devotion. Let the cup of your heart be filled through commitment and dedication. Uriel's been coming in more than ever. Okay, I've only used this deck like maybe 3 or 4 times, something like that. And I almost didn't pull it at all. And now it's coming in. This is very much Page of Pentacles Hermit vibes. This idea of maybe you gathering some additional knowledge, even though you have a lot here with the Magician already. So let's go further into this here for you, Libra. I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards now. And as always, I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right, let's see here. Okay, you have Death, Justice, and Two of Cups. Death, Justice, and Two of Cups. All right. So there's absolutely a big change here happening. Now we've pulled 6 cards in this first column, 3 and then 3. 5 of the 6 cards are major arcanas. These are major themes happening and playing out in your life. Okay? The Death card, you know, it's a change, it's a transformation that may be happening. With the Sun card, this is a very positive thing. Okay, this is a very positive thing. The thing that with the Death card is it's sort of like some things are inevitable, like some things we cannot change. You know, like sorry. Let me kind of go back. There are some changes in life that we cannot stop. Okay, is what I should say. Like, you know, and that's kind of the vibe I get here. The change is going to happen, so it's like up to us. Do we want to fight the change? Do we want to try to swim upstream, or do we want to roll with it, you know, and embrace the transformation in front of us? But neither choice is wrong. It's, you know, it's up to you, especially as you have this Justice card, which is kind of an is what it is energy. It's the idea that all parties get the outcome they deserve. It's all based on your choices in life. You know, it's all based on your choices, the Justice card. And this idea here of personal responsibility, taking responsibility for your choices. Okay, so basically, if the manifestation isn't here, it's not that manifestation is fake. It's not that manifestation doesn't work. It's that perhaps you're not meeting that with action. Libra. Okay, that's the problem for the Magician. So remember, this is all up to you. You know, what actions are you taking to actually, you know, you've got a vision, you can feel the feeling, you can see the manifestation in your mind, right? You can do all of the things that you want to do in terms of the manifestation process, but a key part of that process is action, okay? And there's a real opportunity for you to do that here during this period of time with the Justice card, the Death card, the Sun. And some of you are maybe even wanting a little bit of balance here, but I don't necessarily know if balance is coming because of the Tower and the Devil, okay? This feels like there's a period of change for you. That's coming forward. You then have the Two of Cups. This could involve a relationship in some way. Let's go ahead and try to get some more details on that. I would say that's pretty decent. Okay, you do have the Devil now coming in again with the Three of Cups. Interesting. You do have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I mean, Devil, Three of Cups. Now we have the Devil twice. I will say that, like, perhaps there is something going on with a person you're involved with. This is just such a positive reading that I would be a little surprised. I'd be a little surprised, okay? Maybe another way of looking at this is like, does the music have to stop? You know, like, in other words, it's kind of hard for me to explain this, but like, are you kind of staying in celebration mode for too long? You know, here with the Devil is just something where it's, you know, it represents pleasures, you know, and it's not bad to experience pleasures, but there's like a limit to everything. You know, the Devil influence is like saying like, no, go ahead, keep, you know, have another drink, you know, have another drink, you know, eat another, you know, eat the whole bag of chips, you know, like indulgence. This idea of indulgence is, I think, the word that I'm looking for, indulgence, with the Devil and the Three of Cups. Like, how far is the indulgence going? you know? And maybe there's just, this idea of like kicking the can down the road. Maybe it's just time to actually face something here. I think that you will have some serious success if you do that. Okay. Maybe this isn't a relationship. I don't necessarily see infidelity here. I just don't see it. We'll see what comes forward in the final three cards, but it's more so about indulgence or staying in something that feels very comfortable, but is not exactly taking you to where you want to go. The Ten of Pentacles. This is a major card of wealth in the tarot. It can be like if there was a card for generational wealth, so to speak, it would be the Ten of Pentacles, especially combined with the Empress or even the Emperor. But yeah, the Ten of Pentacles is a major energy of abundance in the tarot. And I do like what's going on in that area. There may be pleasant surprises there for you. During this time, we now have the Ace of Swords being clarified by the Ace of Wands, double aces. Ace of Wands is like really if you want to spark a new beginning in life, especially with another ace there, this is your time, especially if you want to start something in business or you want to do something in career that's totally new. But this is a good card for side hustles, entrepreneurs, stuff like that. There's a nice situation here with work. Let's see what's going on with Nine of Swords. So we have another 9 there. You do have the Five of Swords and the Emperor. Well, that's definitely a nice combination here. So Emperor, Empress are counterparts. It's like kind of like traditionally the mother, father of the tarot. But the Emperor, this is authoritative energy. This is somebody who's a boss. This is big boss energy. This is somebody who's good at taking lead, taking charge, and they find success in life and usually in career. So that's very good with the Page of Pentacles as well as the Empress. I like that. Some of you may need to part with something. There's an energy of cutting your losses. There's an energy of cutting your losses. Not dwelling on something or staying in, I don't think this is going to apply to many of my audience, but party mode or indulgence mode for too long, okay, for like too long and cutting your losses on something, okay? I think you might feel better in doing this. Nine of Swords, there's some stress that you have here, which is maybe leading to some sort of like avoidance. This idea of like kicking the can down the road, what is that really? Like if you think about that idea, it's probably avoidance. There's probably some avoidant tendency there, speaking from experience personally. So like, maybe there's like something like that going on. Let's see what's on the bottom here. You have the Fool, new beginning here with the Ace of double aces and then the Fool. Absolutely available to you, but again, it's going to really be about what you make of this, with the with this idea of like personal responsibility, and basically you have like a blueprint here for whatever you want to create or sculpt for yourself at this time. It's it's sort of like it's in the cards are in your hands, the keys are in your hands, at this time. So let's see what the Kipper energies have for you, Libra. Ball's in your court here. Ball is in your court. Yeah, for sure. You have thoughts. Yep. Concern. Wow. High honor. Toil and labor. Adjudication and despair. Yeah, I think the crux of the issue here is there's a lot on the mind for you, Libra, at this time. Thoughts, concern, toil and labor. And some of you are ready for the end of something here with the Coffin card. This may connect to another person here, but you've got this energy of like high honor, which, this is suggesting that you are in a high position, or what I should say, people view you in a favorable way in career scenarios, especially when you have something like the Three of Pentacles, right? Like you are decorated, you're in an esteemed sort of position, or you have, your colleagues are very much view you, think of you highly, right? So it's a very good energy here for career, but I want to just throw out that there's a blueprint available to you. This reading is like basically here's a blueprint. You can sculpt the future for yourself in any way that you want. Now it's up to you. Ball's in your court. Libra, I'm going to leave you right there. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.